to keeping that in place till 200. Currently, there are only 3 fast chargers in the entire province that are compatible with the latest fast charging standard. With today's announcement, the number will increase to 200. We will also see another 300 level 2 charging stations installed, putting the Ministry of Transportation in a real leadership role in Canada on this. But we need to do more, and our lessons from our previous electric charging subsidy programs tell us that we need to do a lot more. So I just want to take a few minutes just to position where this fits into the constellation of a multi-ministerial initiative across government. One, by 2018, in 2 years, all new homes will have to have functioning 50-amp sockets in garages and new workplaces to accommodate EV charging units to be pre-installed. To further help with EV adoption, we'll make EVs even more affordable to operate by offering free overnight charging for 4 years. And I want to thank Minister Ballard and former Minister McMeekin for providing that kind of leadership in the built environment. And to, again, my friend Stephen for the Ontario Green Plate program, which will enable EV drivers to access high occupancy lanes with a single driver without paying a toll. We're also working with the federal government, Minister Sousa, to eliminate the HST from new and used zero emissions vehicles by 2018, and that work is well underway. And one of, I know, Minister Del Duca's and Peter Milchen's favorite one is as Minister Del Duca has coined it, the Cash for Clunkers program for low to modest income households, which will offer incentives when they scrap their old gasoline or diesel vehicles in exchange for buying new or used electric cars. And with Minister Duguid, we are supporting a world-leading carbon mobility R&D center, helping to raise awareness of the benefits of EVs and getting more R&D going. And we had the exciting announcement, as you know, my friend Stephen's a big fan of autonomous vehicles with the announcement in Oshawa GM. But mobilizing R&D is really important to getting the economic benefits of employment. So without our cap and trade revenue, this wouldn't be possible. And it's nice to have worked as part of the team to get that revenue in place, but it's also clear to see how this money is coming back to Ontarians in very meaningful ways to make life more affordable as we cut our carbon emissions. And Stephen, thank you very much for including me today. I'd like to turn it over to my dear friend and one of my favorite urban activists, Peter Milchen, the member for Etobicoke Lakeshore. Peter.
So good morning. Thank you, Liz, for hosting us, and thank you, Ministers Del Duca and Murray, for coming to Etobicoke Lakeshore to launch this very important initiative, another piece of our activities to combat climate change. Now, I was thinking that we were coming to announce electric Billy bookcases this morning, but it's actually something more profound, and that's how we're going to build a more sustainable transportation network. And to those who sometimes question, what does this really mean in the big scheme of things? Well, I can tell you in the more local scheme of things what it means. In 2011, the City of Toronto did a landmark study on air quality in South Etobicoke, looking at it historically and how it's changed. Historically, the biggest contributors of pollution in South Etobicoke were places like the Lakeview Coal Generating Station, which our government closed, and industries that had lax or poor-performing environmental standards. Well, Lakeview is closed. We've eliminated coal. That's had an impact locally in our community. Industry now has much tighter environmental standards that it needs to comply with. New businesses and industries like IKEA take advantage of solar energy, wind energy, and various other initiatives to lower their carbon footprint. And the last remaining piece of the puzzle in South Etobicoke around air quality, the biggest contributor to smog in South Etobicoke is transportation. So our government will be electrifying the GO rail network, which will help our community with 2 major GO lines going through it. So the last piece is vehicles, motor vehicles. And this initiative today is going to have a meaningful impact on my community and across the province, because places like the Gardiner Expressway just behind us, instead of being major polluters, their carbon footprint will come down. That's good for all of us. that's good for Etobicoke Lakeshore. So thank you, IKEA, for your leadership in assisting us in meeting our climate change obligations. And I want to thank my two colleagues, two extraordinary ministers who are leading the fight on two of the biggest challenges this city region has: transportation and climate change. Thank you.